Hello and welcome back to the very first Motorsport UK show.
Here at Coventry's Ricoh Arena and exclusively on Motors TV.
The P1 Superstock Grand Prix of the Sea was relaunched and rebranded in 2011, and here with me now is John Wilson, the current champion. John, first and foremost, congratulations, the champion now in the Panther 250.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it's been a good year, hasn't it?
It's been an incredible season and some real highs and lows.
Yeah, we started off double win at Jersey, got some awkward turns at Plymouth in some rough weather there that lost us back a couple of places. Hull was fantastic. Cowes, you know, we had an incredible race out there, way out front, and then the throttle linkage broke. And then to finish at Liverpool, unfortunately, with a broken engine, but still we'd done enough in the first part of the season to clinch the championship.
And in terms of this racing, it's close racing, isn't it?
Yeah, very. I mean, you see some of the footage and you're talking about inches away from each other at 70 miles an hour, hitting waves that you just don't know which way the boat's going to go. It's pretty close.
So tell me, how easy is it for somebody to get involved in P1?
Well, I guess the easiest way is to follow my route. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can. Literally, a friend of mine lent me his 150 boat originally. And 150 is a good route in. Some very cost-effective, cheap boats around there at the moment. People can buy into that for probably £2,000 or £3,000 a year.
Wow.
Even the big boats here, you can rent a boat, 4 or 5 guys get together, £5,000-6,000 each, and they could actually race for a season.
So it's really not as expensive as you'd think?
No, it's been interesting talking to a lot of people today, and they've just been surprised at how little or how cost effective the whole process is. And I say, it's trying to dispel the myths of being a rich man's sport, really. If we can get away from that, get people to realise they can actually go racing for a very, very limited budget. And of course, being a televised series, it's a real foot in the door for potential sponsors.
Talk us through the actual spec of this car for those people that aren't familiar with the Fun Cup.
Yeah, this car here is a petrol-powered car, 5-speed sequential gearbox. The driver sits in the middle. You've got a great balance to the car, 50-50 weight distribution. People always think it's an actual Beetle. It's not. It's a space frame. The only thing we use off a Beetle is the wiper motor.
Okay, so that's the Fun Cup, but you've branched out into sports cars, and we have over here the Seika. Now, was this the first year of Seika?
Yeah, 2011. We decided customers that were leaving Fun Cup, they went and raced Radicals or something else. Now we can offer them a sports car, long races or multiple races. This year we've been doing 4 half-hour races, 2 drivers or a single driver, so you can share the cost of the car, and it's worked really well.
So this looks like the future. It's a beautiful piece of kit, very different from the Fun Cup car. Talk us through what this involves.
Yeah, this car's powered by a 2-litre turbocharger, flat 4, Subaru-based engine, sequential gearbox. You can race in the UK, or you can take the car to Holland, Belgium, or Germany to compete in.
Amazing, and that's what this event is all about, isn't it? This is encouraging people to get involved in motorsport at a grassroots level, affordably, and not in a 200 grand team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things with the Seika, the car looks fantastic, but it doesn't cost a lot of money to run this car. The car's been designed for longer races than what we actually do, so the running costs are very, very sensible. We've had interest both on the Fun Cup and Seika today, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have the same.
Alex, there's many different routes through motorsport for the young drivers, through karting, through T-cars, but you went through the less conventional route of the T-cars, didn't you?
Yeah, I went into a junior category, which is similar to the junior Ginettas today. It was a great feeder series where you could learn the tracks in the UK. We basically went that route to save some money, so we didn't go the karting route, which I kind of think helped save my career. It was late to start, but we thought we'd give it a shot. The budget was there, so we went down the route of T-cars, which in that year was very competitive. There's drivers gone on to GP2. I've gone on to the British Touring Car Championship. So yeah, it has produced some good rising stars, and I think the racecraft that I learnt there has definitely helped me in the door-to-door bashing of the British touring cars.
So, do you fancy a real racing challenge?
You're man enough to lose?
We'll see about that. Can you just explain what the checkered flag is, please?
We set ourselves up about 2 years ago now, just looking around to see what other motorsport media was online, we felt there was a gap for covering more of the national side of things. I mean, we cover Formula One and the bigger series like MotoGP and everything like that, but we put a lot of emphasis on sort of the support series like touring cars. Sort of, I've got a team of contributors that help out, brilliant team behind me, and we've just sort of snowballed from there. I've had a good wander around. There's a lot of options for people looking to get into motorsport. I think a lot of people think that it's going to be a lot of money to get involved in motorsport and they need to dedicate to a season. But there's a lot of exhibitors here that prove that you can just go racing for a weekend on a cheap budget.
John, behind us here, brand new liveried up car. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, it's our new Insignia NGTC touring car. So it's its traditional livery now. We ran it at Silverstone as like a demo event in a Batman livery. It's a bit of a one-off, a bit of fun. But this is a livery we'll run it for testing in winter time until we try and sort out a new sponsor for next year.
Now, in terms of NGTC, that's the next generation touring car.
Correct. Yes, this is the new breed. The season they've had some cars out this year as a first year. 4 or 5 cars will be coming out. Next year there should be about half the grid be NGTC, but it's down to the next generation touring car. It's the future of British Touring Car Championship.
Now, in terms of the differences between the S2000 and this car, talk us through that.
It's a cost cutting issue. NGTC has a lot more literally control parts where every team must run the same items. So with S2000 car, you start off with a road going shell and then you prepare it as per the regulations dictate. With NGTC, you have specific items you must use as part of that build. So for example, on every car out on the grid that's NGTC next year, all have identical subframes, identical suspension, identical brakes, identical wheels, identical gearbox. The main difference between the teams will be the actual shell they use, aerodynamics of the car and the engine.
So in terms of the cost difference, how much is this car in comparison to the S2000 car?
Well, the current budget in terms of building an S2000 car from scratch is around about the £300,000, £350,000 mark. You should be able to put these on the grid for around about £200,000 plus engine, a bit less once time gone through. I mean, it's like any new series. Some of the costs can be a little bit higher than you're anticipating, but overall it will be cheaper than building an S2000 car from scratch for sure.
Tony, tell me about the Junior Racing Academy.
Well, what we're trying to do is take the drivers, not children, the drivers from karting and make them more aware of the road cars, the race cars. There's a big step from coming from karts to a car, so we're trying to bridge that gap at the present moment.
And this is aimed at 14 to 16-year-olds, right?
That's correct, yes. 14 to 16-year-olds, we can get them ready for the RADS licence and help them on the way for future racing.
Well, Leighton, it's a beautiful piece of kit. Can you tell us what it is and what it represents?
Yeah, this is a Exoskeletal car. It's called a MEV Rocket. This particular car is running a 300 brake horsepower supercharged Ford Zetec engine. It's manufactured by Road Track Race in Nottingham, in the Midlands.
And where can we either see these racing or jump in and have a go ourselves?
We visit a variety of race tracks for track days and corporate events, and we are looking to take the car racing, so we are looking for racers of the future. It's perfect for a young driver. It's very balanced, it's easy to adjust, it's fully adjustable suspension, so it's an easy car to work on for a novice racer.
New to motorsport is the Fueltopia Barrel Sprint, and James is here to tell us all about it. James, this is your baby.
Yes, it is, yeah. So we're new to the motorsport arena, if you like, so we're here to kind of show the fans what we do. We're grassroots entry level. And yeah, we're just kind of here to showcase everything. We've just done 2 events and we've got over 6 events booked for next year.
So what exactly is Barrel Sprint?
It's basically a cross between drag racing and drifting. You have 2 lanes. Each driver will go head to head. It's a practice qualifier session and then it's a final 16 knockout. So high octane excitement, if you like. Lots of tyre smoke, lots of fun, but kind of based on handling and driver skill.
And what qualifications do you need to have to be able to enter?
UK driving licence.
That's it?
That is it. You can turn up any street legal car, UK driving licence, pay £25 entry, and you can start racing.
Well, aside from the Barrel Sprint, you're also involved in Fueltopia. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, Fueltopia is the hub. We ran that for 3 years. It's a petrolhead social network, so a little bit like Facebook, but just car chat. So if you have any car, you can log on, keep an online diary of any project you've got in the garage, and you can just chat to guys from all around the world. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Alan, the 750 Motor Club is crucial when you talk grassroots motorsport, isn't it?
Yes, it's probably the best club to start at grassroots levels, yes.
In terms of what's on offer with the club, what can you race? Obviously you've got the single-seater I can see behind us there.
You've got single-seaters Formula V up to Formula 4, which is slicks and wings. You've got Sax Max, which is for the 14 to 16-year-olds. And you've got the new Compact Cup, which is Grassroots for saloon cars.
Certainly a lot on offer. And racing all over the UK?
We race at all the major circuits in the UK, yes.
Well, sadly, that's all we've got time for from this, the inaugural Motorsport UK show.
And what a show it's been, with some fantastic displays from all the grassroots motorsport through to touring cars. And if that wasn't for you, we've even seen on-water action from the P1 powerboats.
If you've got any interest in motorsport, this show has been particularly good because all the team managers, the drivers, everyone's so approachable. It's very intimate. You can talk to them, get genuine advice, and maybe line yourself up for a drive next year, which I think I've managed.
Yeah, and I've even beaten you on some of the racing games as well.
She so hasn't. Thanks for watching. See you next year.
Goodbye.